The Normandie Dock at St. Nazaire was the largest dry dock in the world, and in the spring of 1942, it represented a critical strategic vulnerability for the entire British war effort. This single facility on the French Atlantic coast was the only one capable of servicing the German battleship Tirpitz, a 42,900-ton behemoth whose breakout into the Atlantic convoy lanes would spell catastrophe. To eliminate this threat, British Combined Operations planned a raid of breathtaking audacity, a frontal naval assault on one of the most heavily defended ports in occupied Europe. The mission, codenamed Operation Chariot, would be carried out by 612 Royal Navy sailors and Army Commandos. For many, it was a one-way ticket. The plan was deceptively simple in concept but perilous in execution. The obsolete destroyer HMS Campbeltown, a former U.S. Navy Wicks-class vessel provided under Lend-Lease, was to be the primary weapon. Stripped of non-essential weight and modified to resemble a German Mu-8-class torpedo boat, her bow was packed with 4.5 tons of high-explosive amytal, concealed behind a steel and concrete casing. This was not a standard demolition charge. It was a massive, delayed-action time bomb. Escorted by 18 motor launches, gunboats, and a motor torpedo boat, the force would sail from Falmouth, England, on the evening of March 26, 1942. Their objective: ram the Campbeltown into the southern caisson of the Normandie Dock, disembark commandos to destroy pump houses and winding mechanisms, and then withdraw under cover of darkness. The raid commenced in the early hours of March 28th. At 1:34 a.m., the force, having successfully navigated the Loire estuary, was finally illuminated by German searchlights. All pretense of stealth vanished. The harbor defenses erupted. The Campbeltown, under Commander Robert Ryder, charged forward at 20 knots through a storm of fire from 28mm and 40mm anti-aircraft guns repurposed for harbor defense, as well as heavier coastal artillery. At 1:37 a.m., with her bridge shattered and casualties mounting, the destroyer struck the massive steel dock gate. The impact drove her bow 33 feet into the structure. Simultaneously, commandos began their assault from accompanying motor launches, many of which were already burning or sinking under intense crossfire from positions on the Old Mole and the Old Entrance. The commandos, armed with Thompson submachine guns, firing 45 ACP rounds and Lee Enfield rifles, fought building to demolish their assigned targets with plastic explosives. The withdrawal was a disaster. Most of the small craft were destroyed. Only a handful of motor launches escaped back to England. The majority of the commandos and sailors were killed or captured. Yet, the mission's core objective remained, hidden inside the Campbeltown's bow. At 11:35 a.m., long after the Germans had begun inspecting the captured ship, the delayed action fuses detonated. The 4.5-ton charge obliterated the dock gate, killing over 300 German personnel gathered on and around the vessel. The Normandie Dock was rendered unusable for the remainder of the war. Operation Chariot's strategic legacy is profound. It permanently denied the Tirpitz a safe haven in the Atlantic, confining her to Norwegian fjords, where she was eventually destroyed by air attack. The raid demonstrated the formidable striking power of combined operations and the sheer daring of the British commandos, earning it the enduring nickname, the greatest raid of all. 5 Victoria Crosses were awarded for the action. The heavy cost, 169 killed, 215 captured, was deemed a necessary sacrifice. The destruction of the dock was a masterpiece of precision strategic demolition, proving that a small, determined force could alter the naval balance of power and secure the vital Atlantic lifeline.